welcome to Crafty Little Things. I thought today that I'd do a bit of an update on this bag that I made before Christmas, which held some nice winter warmy things. I don't even know if I got around to videoing that or ever showing it, but I'm going to update it anyway. What it held was a drinking fudge, some marshmallows and a packet of Vickies, and I thought I'd revise it because this is from the Fudge Kitchen, and the Christmas selection. You get 6 packs of the lovely fudge, which you can put with cold milk or hot milk to make either a milkshake or a really delicious fudgy hot drink. And I thought, why not make a little packet? I buy massive tubs of these and I just put them in, make them into little packets myself. Obviously, do so hygienically, wear gloves, do so in a hygienic environment, and then and a little packet of biscuits. And again, I usually buy these off Amazon, and I think I get 40. I'm just looking around for the box, it's not in here. I think I get 48 packs of 4 different types of biscuit, and they're really handy for little projects like these, little gift projects. The reason I'm sort of doing this again is this Christmas selection box, last year I did it and I've done it again this year. It's on special offer because obviously Christmas is finished. But when you take the little packs out of the Christmas box, there's nothing to say that they're Christmassy at all. So it's a nice little bargain gift to get. So I'm going to make this bag to accommodate these without it having a Christmassy feel. Now if I just take this original bag, its dimensions are 6 by 4 by 1 inch deep. Okay, that's its finished dimensions. So to make it then, I'm going to make it in these lovely melon mambo, I think this is. Let me just check what it is actually, because I kind of just picked it up and looked for a match. I'm not that hot on the colours yet. I do know some of them, but it might actually be rose red, you know. It's not berry burst. It might be rose red, or it probably is rose red rather than melon mambo. But never mind, because there's all kinds of pinks going on in this gorgeous paper. And this paper is from the Spring Summer catalogue, from Stampin' Up, and it's this one, Sweet Soiree Speciality Designer Series paper, and it's gorgeous, all foiled papers and stuff. And like I say, there's lots of pinks going on in that. So just carry on with the pinks. And then what I've done, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my main bag using a piece of this, which I think now is rose red. And that's 8 by 12. And then to jazz the bag up a bit, I'm going to use some of this Sweet Soiree Speciality paper, and I'm using a piece that's 5 7/8 by 3 7/8 for the front of the bag. And then for the flap, it's going to be slightly different to the one I just showed you, in that the flap's going to be a bit deeper. So the flap coming down at the front is going to be 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. And then a little strip to go across the top, which is 7/8 by 5 7/8. Yeah, so this is 1/2 inch by 12, and what I've done is, I don't know if you can see that, oops, is I've heat embossed it using this little Polony, whatever it is, stamp out of your Inspiring stamp set, and silver embossing powder and a heat tool. And I've done that again to create the label. I've used that Happy Birthday from the same set, and I've just stamped that onto scrap of the rose red, and I've used a pretty label punch, and I've punched out from the Sweet Soiree paper another shape. And then what I did was I just used my crocodile, and I just added a little eyelet here, which is heart-shaped silver, which Stampin' Up don't do, but you can find elsewhere. And then a little bit of this gorgeous ribbon, which again is from the new catalogue. And it's here, this berry burst metallic edge ribbon, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and I've seen it in tons of projects. So yeah, so that's what we need to get started. So we need to score our cardstock, which I did mean to do before I started and totally forgot, just to save time. Oh, do you know, I need to have a real tidy up again in here. Right, so just get my scoring tool. So this is the size of a box, so that's going to be scored at 1 inch on the short side and 7 inches. And then on the long side, it's going to be scored at 2 inches, 1 inch, 7. Let me just measure that again. 7, yeah. 7, 8, and that's all you need. Now this flap here is this is obviously going to be the front of the box. This is going to be the flap that comes over. What I'm going to do with this flap is I'm going to cut it down on a bit of an angle. So I'm just going to pop that back up there. So I've got that edge with a 2-inch score line up here, and I'm just going to make a notch at 3. Okay, so I've just got that notch at 3 on the scoreboard there. And then what I'm going to do is I'll draw a line from that to the corners and cut that down. Right, so let me just score these, burnish these score lines. You know, I get stuff everywhere. I've been doing these back-to-back projects, just really simple, easy projects using something, not using everything, but using something from the new catalogue. I haven't even bought everything yet, to be honest with you. I mean, because we've had a bit of a tragedy. Well, not a massive tragedy. You know, I've not been on the ball, as it were. I've got all the papers, I've got all the trims and ribbons, I've got a few of the stamp sets and stuff, so from the new catalogue, and I will get there eventually and give everything a bit of a go. Now, you see where we've got this little 3-inch notch? I'm not going to take it right up to the corners because that'll look a bit silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a pencil and a ruler, and I'm just going to mark, I'm going to put that on the inch line, and I'm just going to mark an inch there, and I'm just going to mark an inch there as well. So I'm just putting my 1 inch on this score line and just making a mark there. And then what I want to do is just draw a line from that score line, that 3-inch mark, to that mark I've just made there. Okay, you can either do it like this, or you can just put it in your trimmer and do it without drawing the lines, but I just want to show you what I'm doing. And then on your 2-inch piece of DSP, you want to do the same thing, because that's going to go on the top as well. So that needs to be marked in the same way. So I'm just remember to just move it down a little bit to give you your little bit of an edge. Can't see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna cut this in the trimmer just to get a neat edge. Before I do that though, I don't need these pieces, so I'm just going to cut those away. So that's the long thin rectangle and the square above it at each end. You don't notch in for this, so do try to keep it really nice and straight and try not to go over. Right. You can cut this just by eye if you want, but I'm just not very good at cutting straight lines at all. Some people are really good at it and some people are rubbish, and I'm rubbish, like I am at most things. My mum's really good at cutting straight lines. I think artistic people are, but then again, maybe it's from all the sewing she's done over the years. Now I've even drawn that line and I still can't see it. Is it there? I'll mark it with my nail because I can't see that for the life of me. It's the light, I think. Still can't see it. And hopefully that was right. I've really poor eyesight when it comes, so you end up with that pointy look. That's correct. And then I'm just going to see now if I can find the markings on this. I can see one of them. Yeah, I think I can see those. So I'm just going to put the top one in and line that up with that one. The speciality paper is really thick. It's lovely. There won't be such a sharp incline for this because a sharp gradient because it's a smaller piece. And just check that that fits without overlapping. We can always just tidy it up a little bit. I think my point's got a bit squiffed, but anyway, there we go. More or less done that. That's gorgeous, the other side, isn't it? I haven't really looked at that, to be honest. So did I finish scoring? Yes, I finished scoring my lines. So that one stays as it is, and then these two, you'll notch in. You'll cut in these two score lines, and then you can notch in if you want to. I'm not going to notch in this one, because it's the front, and I want it to be nice and square. But you can notch in the back one a little bit if you want to. Just so you don't get any overlap. It's a very easy little project, this. Just that little complicated bit. Well, it's not even complicated, it's just I made a meal of it. But other than that, there's not a lot really to it. Now you can notch in these a little tiny bit if you want as well, just for tidiness. I'm going to do. And then all we need to do is fasten our panels on. Now remember, this is the front. Now if you want to, you can put a panel on the back as well. It's entirely up to you. I haven't, and I don't even really know why. I just I'm skipping on materials. that on. You can do, if you've not got it perfect like I haven't. Right, so that's going to go like so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have the handle on. So the handle is going to attach to the sides, so we don't want to pop that on just yet. Right, front flaps always go round last because you want a nice smooth finish. So I'm just going to pop some glue just at the bottom of these back flaps. Just to attach them to the central flaps. Get that nice and straight. Try and get it nice and straight, because otherwise what will happen is you'll end up with your box will be all skew with. Okay, and then pop your glue all over the inside edge of these, the inside of these panels, either side, and then just glue that together as a nice box. Fold your lid back, get your bone folder and just stick it, press it down. This is such a pretty box. This is definitely the rose paper, I can tell now, the handle on before I do anything else. So the handle is going to slot in like that. So I'm going to put some glue on each sort of last inch of each strip, of each end. And I'm just going to pop that in and hold it down until it's stuck. Get it straight again. Close your lid. Just pop that in there. You can use your bone folder again. Just to press that down. Yes, we did, I mean, I think 12 is probably going to give you plenty of room to open your lid and get your things in and out. Now, as I said, I'm going to tie this tag onto the the handle, this gorgeous ribbon. I do a video, I'm like editing it, and the majority of the time is spent trying to tie bows or to thread things through things, and I'm like, I edit out like half the video, which was just spent trying to edit things. Right, now I think what I am going to do here is I'm just going to pop a Velcro dot, just put them together, press them on, and then your things will pop in really nicely. So your bickies, your fudge, there's not going to be a lot of room in there, but it does all fit in really well. And then just close your bag back up and pop that Velcro back down, and there you have it, a gorgeous little fudgy hot chocolate gift bag. You wouldn't even know, would you, that it had something so winter warmery in, because it's so spring summery, but it's so cute. And you could give that to somebody and then they could reuse that little bag for something in the summer. That would be a really good bag to put like a little gift in for someone who's going on holiday or someone who's in hospital or something. You could put some tissues and some little wet wipes and things in. It's just gone flying. And what I would do is just pop a little multifaceted gem onto there. I'd usually use a glue dot to do this, but it's an afterthought, so I'm just going to pop it with a bit of Tombow, just so that you get the idea. And that'll just give you an indication of where to pull to open it up. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that project. These materials are, did I show you look at that gorgeous silver heat emboss in there? They're all available right now. Main catalogue, spring summer catalogue, main catalogue. The label punch is main catalogue. The ribbon is spring summer catalogue. And the stamp set is spring summer catalogue as well. Okay, that I use for this and for the sentiment. So enjoy making that, and I'll see you very soon for the project.